According to the Icelandic journalist's whistleblower Johannes Stefansson, alleged that some of the payments made to a company where ex-Justice Minister Saki Shangala is a trustee were supposed to be channeled to the SWAPO party for an internal party election in 2014. Today on One had an exclusive interview with the journalists who exposed the #Fishrot scandal to confirm the allegations.
We went and checked out this place where the cold storage is supposed to be in September, but we found no cold storage, which may not be a surprise because Johannes, who after, according to what he says, made this agreement with this company under orders from his bosses, made it only to as a ways and means to pay these 2 million Namibian dollars to what he says is $500,000 to the CEO of Fishrot and $1.5 million to the party, which he says was supposed to go to help re-elect Bernard Esau and some other people who were fighting in this SWAPO campaign. But it's not only his words, but actually we have documentation from that time where a bookkeeper of Mermaria Seafood is asking Johannes about a stack of payments made to J&T, as it's called, which appears to be James Hatuikulipi and Thompson Hatuikulipi. One of that is, as the bookkeeper says, what is this ERF 198? I can't remember it. Which Johannes replies to him as saying, oh, it's $1.5 million for the party and 500 for the Fishrot quota. So yeah, we know that the owner of ERF 198 is a trust called Kampadara Trust, and from what we've seen in documents we've seen, we think that, well, it shows that Kampadara Trust is owned or at least affiliated to two of the people involved, James Hatuikulipi and Saki Shangala, and this company ERF is registered at the address of Hanganeni Investments.
Today on One recently interviewed the director of the Anti-Corruption Commission, Paulus Noah, who said that the video evidence and documents released by WikiLeaks' #Fishrot scandal were not sufficient enough to prosecute the ex-ministers, as well as his son-in-law and associates in Fishrot. For clarity, Today on One asked them to verify the authenticity of the video.
To be clear about it, he never received any bribes because we and the journalists we work with in Al Jazeera were journalists, not criminals. So we of course didn't pay him any bribes. But he certainly asked for money. He also asked for other stuff, and he most certainly he told us where he wanted the money channeled and how. And talked about if it wouldn't be handled that way, that would pose a serious risk of money laundering and other stuff, which you can hear him say in the video. So yeah, the authenticity of it we can verify, and the interview we did with him was that was suddenly there, and that was most suddenly what he said.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
People have to. We're not a court of law, so of course, I can just imagine that the ACC, with having seen what they saw, probably thinking that this is not going to be good enough for court. But that's why we have institutions like ACC and others in Iceland and Norway and other countries to investigate and verify. And from what I've heard, they have had, well, at least 1 year to verify the authenticity of the documents that they also received. So I think that, yeah, from that standpoint, it shouldn't be too hard to them to make a decision on whether not to make it a criminal case or not.
For those that missed the #Fishrot documentary, stay tuned to One Africa TV for the repeat, which airs tomorrow, the 26th of November at 9 in the evening.